you're the engine the Fat Controller saved from scrap?
Luke sighed. Yes, it's true. It's a long story.
Please tell me. I must know.
Okay. Shortly after I left Soder, I went back to work alongside my brothers. The scenic was great, the trains were lovely, and the passengers loved us. But the railway board had been talking, and they decided that we were becoming too expensive and economical to run. And so it was arranged. They bought and built new diesels from the workshops, and as for us, they sent us for scrap. It was a dreadful sight. I thought my world had finally come to an end. Luckily, before I was about to be cut up, Sir Topham Hatt saved me. I am most grateful. I just wish he had been in time to save my brothers too.
That's a very sad story. I feel dreadfully sorry for your brothers.
Percy's eyes were wide with wonder. He didn't like seeing Luke like this. Then an idea struck him.
Hey Lucas, how about telling me another story? A more scrap-free story.
Luke bravely smiled. Okay, I think I have a good story to tell you. Where I worked, there was this big dockyard at the end of the line. It was a big bustling place with ships and boats and cranes. I always loved going there. It was amazing. All the yards and shunting were staffed by one of my friends, Dylan. Dylan is a BR late class J83 with 6 wheels and painted in British Railway black livery. He was a hard worker, but he was often cheeky to other engines.
Listen, Luke, you should start asking me for advice. I am older than you, you know.
Only by about 1 week.
Not only that, I'm stronger and faster.
Listen, Dylan, there's something you should know. Remember, you're a shunter, and I'm a big express engine.
Oh, it's a case of who's bigger now, is it?
No, that's not it at all, Dylan. You see, I'm an express engine. I pull big express trains across the countryside. You're a shunter. You do shunting duties and often small trains. You don't know what my jobs are like, and I don't know what your jobs are like either. Our jobs are completely different. So what I'm saying is, I think you may want to think twice before you say it. You should give me advice. Now, I was only trying to prove a fact, in a nice way. But Dylan didn't think so. He just thought I was being boastful. Then one day, Dylan had to take a goods train to the LNER. It was a frosty day. Ice had clung to the rails like a big icy film. Dylan hadn't taken a goods train in a while, so he was pleased. He was more pleased because I was nearby, and he thought this was a good chance to prove himself.
It might be cold, but it will show Lucas a thing or two about pulling trains. Take a look and learn, youngster.
He gave a great heave, but his wheels slipped on the icy rails. A sudden movement made water in his boiler surge forward, and his driver could do nothing to shut off steam. Dylan moved an inch, and his wheels spun furiously, held back by the heavy train.
Help! Help!
Cried Dylan, but no one could. His driver tried every trick he knew. The fireman had to go and tried some more tricks, but it was no good. The noise was deafening. It was a half hour later before Dylan used up most of his steam. Reduced pressure allowed driver to shut off steam, and at last Dylan felt his wheels stop moving. The silence was amazing. There was enough time wasted already. I was quickly fired up and took charge of the train. Dylan was needed on the other end of the line anyways, so he wasn't uncoupled. Dylan was deeply embarrassed, but he just sulked as I took charge of the train and pulled away with him and the heavy train without any difficulty. When we left, workmen came to replace the rails in which Dylan had been standing, as his wheels had made big grooves in them. And that night, at the sheds, Dylan could hear me and the other engines talking. Then, one of the engines made a cheeky remark aloud.
Being faster and stronger than an express engine is big coming out of a tank engine, but Dylan ought to know he's supposed to move his train too.
And that is the entire story. Did you like it? At that moment, Percy and Luke were interrupted. Emily was pushing a broken down duck into the sidings.
We are. It's in a few hours, but...
Emily was shocked and excited to see Luke again.
Hey, Lucas! Remember me? I'm Emily!
Emily? The name rings a bell, but I don't remember seeing you before.
What? How come? I can understand. Oh, last time you were here, I wasn't rebuilt yet, right?
I was thinking you looked different. So, what were you two doing? Oh, I was just telling Percy some stories. Could you tell us one?
I'm gonna take on that one. We're all together now. How about another story?
And so Luke told Percy, Duck and Emily more stories about his past. But what he doesn't know is that he will soon face a big challenge out on the main line. But that's another story.